peace worthy of a master, quiet, quietly, the quiet human being silently addresses, dropping, dripping, sipping, slurping and burping sometimes to know that you're human. I'm a human being. Don't tell anyone. Quiet. Don't repeat quiet. Be quiet. I go there and I go there. Oh yeah, I go there, and I go there. Finding the meaning within a word. I go there and I go here. I go here and I go there. Holy Ghost. Oh my Lord. You thought. Semicolon. Up your ass. Up your ass. Up your ass. Too tight. Too tight, too tight. Too stingy and whingy with all that might and money? That's not funny. It makes it all cringy. Oh, that's not light. That's not light. That's not light. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Which way are you gonna go now? Straight and narrow? It's guide its way. Now one stops. Just straight and narrow. Now twists and turns. But see, something can follow. Eventually, when the lack of conscience gets the better of a stuttering superiority. And why do people stutter to begin with? Why do they splutter to begin with? To begin with, the repeat of my rebirth of what I said while I was sitting, yes, on this seat. Do not interrupt me. If this were a courtroom, if I dressed a little bit more, you could say neat, while I sit on this seat. What a feat, you could say. Look at my hands, my palms, 4 fingers fit my forehead just right. My dicky bow mouth, my bows. The rouse it potentially could have if you don't select the rows and levels of the right type. What type? No type. Wipe that away. Swipe. Contemporary. Be more contemporary. I am, and yet not. Instantly, I put my book forward, show my face, call me matter of fact, and I know my place. I know where I live. I know who I am. Yes, you know me and I know you. The tube through. The tube. Television. Cinema art. No verite here, no documentary. Just pure surrealism. Where I part with this and part with that and part with this and part with that. But I collectively swish through this, plop through that. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? Sometimes you have to go all you again. Know that you are you and you are you. If it makes you this and if it makes you then why do you secretly? You see what I'm going with? It's just not what guilty people do, what I do. And this is what's really grinding them. Up your ass. Ah, there you go. Hell. Open the eyes. 1, 2, 3. I see you. I see you. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. There's no guilt with me. You see, there's no guilt with me. But don't try to be pious. Don't try to poke around here. Don't justify. I sigh, I sigh, I sigh. You say sigh or sigh. Say or sigh. Say the sigh is the say and the say is the sigh. And I say nigh. I say nay. I say way. Another way will do. Yow, tow, how, now. Translucent bow. Taurian logic. My holy Venus, stormy weather, all right. What was going on? I knew all along. I knew all along. Back to this again. Am I arrested? Am I arrested? Am I arrested? Do I have to strip off nude again? Show my naked self? All those private masturbators, all those people in the night shifts, old and young, coming on to me. Those sexually attractive women especially. I saw for my own eyes. I saw. Past and presently I see that back then, 10 out of 10, my poetry, my play, me, I say. I thought I was an actor 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. A lady boy. Almost there, you could say. Not really. Aw, despair. They tried, but there is no try. Do or don't do. Well, they didn't. They couldn't. They just, you could say, many things. Dot. Full stop. Everything full except when I fall into a lapse. Onto a lapse. Question the sentence. You always question the sentence. Question the sentence. Do not tell me. What did you just say? Are you actually serious? Are you actually serious? I will point my fucking fingers. Who you vouch for? Who you defend? Who you send? Isn't it strange when I ascend something evil, malevolent, starts to happen. Something bad, and they say you need help. But I'm playing a character within my own play. I'm practicing as I walk along my own Mary, 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 Holy Mother of God. You tried to deceive me into thinking I wasn't smart, knowing I wasn't a psychopath. And you helped out every single person who was malevolent, knowing what you were doing. Now that's what a character would say in a play that I'm writing presently. You see, you have to keep up with the times, as they say. Be relevant. This is true poetry of the new age. It's just, you could say, they don't get it right now. They don't understand it. Let's create a war and disband it. Let's do another one. Let's have another war. Let's make the bad this time. Let me rewind and fast forward and actually go ahead of my own time here. Let me steer as I walk. Let me walk as I drive. Let me talk nonsensical and strive towards something multicolored, multi-layered, multi-dimensional. A different character, you could say, leading the way as a leading male, with a leading male voice. I say. All the manipulating. Sniff, sniff. Fyodor knocked and fell asleep because he was comfortable here. You could say I'm the revenge of many people who just wanted the comfort of three strangers. Rangers? No, we're not alone. Strangers, foreigners, foreign land, yes, foreigners, avenues lead to the genuine foreigners. Trust the genuine foreigners within the avenue. Sometimes, all the time, I'm reassured. Someone cures me. Every time I'm sometimes falling into my own tremulous doubt. And you shout, and you say they don't realize my torture. There's no one to talk to, there's no one to speak to. Anyway, it was physical, not mental. No. That was the problem. No one could think like me. They're trying to find so many people all at once. So many people. But when it's the real me, the real laugh, the real seed of my own conscious mind, you realize we're not all we. We're not all together in this. We're not all one. Some can be at one individually. We're not all one. Improvisational art is the true art, and I don't lecture. Architecture of the mind, projections, the noble art form, the poet behind the cinema needs to show itself once again with benevolence and eternal happiness. Genuinely. That's the problem. why they go tragic. Some want magic. The letdown. Ad nauseum. Advertisements. Advertisements. Misleading you into thinking you're inadequate. It's still me. Misleading you, inadequacy, is my peasant, is your peasant. You are the master. You are the master. I am the master. I am the master. Serve me as I serve you, and we will serve no one. That's what I thought, and that's what I sometimes think again. Think again and think, and say, no. No. I like the previous one. Which one? Which take? For fuck's sake, which one? The highbrow, lowbrow, this one, and this one, that one, this one, that one. Which one? Because they're all Edward A.G. Wallace. They're all me, myself. I listen to people like you listen to people, like you listen to that person and that person. Sometimes, how you know it's always you, you need to talk like this, and sometimes people go dizzy for a good reason. Sometimes people vomit, and sometimes people defecate. Some gesticulate to say, this is me, that is me, to know that's you. I don't know what brow to lift. You can say, just go on cue. Improvise. No, that sometimes when the next word follows the next word in synchronized order, it seems to make absolute sense, and they call that a word. Saying. Sanity. In your own voice. In your own voice. When they like it in the middle of the night, when I drove them the night. I drove them there, and I strove to just comfort them, console them at times. My, what they confessed. It's often the way. What I processed and absorbed and processed and absorbed. You could say you need a defense at times. You see how the pronunciation of my emphasis and the Sudha and the Buddha that someone once kicked when they realized the military can be quite evil. You see, what is that? What was that sensation? Science. Science of the mind to reveal you. To reveal and say, now it all makes sense. The spirituality meeting the quantum. And it's exciting for me because I know I'm going to the happy place. But I know happy places on earth. You see, I think sometimes even when some people do a silly thing that they're still on earth. But it's a whole other conversation. But this is a monologue. This is soliloquy. Because I'm talking back to myself, because I'm the only one viewing it. I'm the only one seeing it. Talking to a camera back to me. You see, universal face, the face to the universe. You see your face at the end, you see your body. You have the right to disagree, you have the right to leave and say, you can leave now. You see, this is, yes, a play. This is a play, a character within a play. No one said, I'm a non-baptized artist, poet. You don't need to paint. Some say I might be a saint, a sentient being, let them. They have that right. And I hope you've left. I hope you've left. Because sometimes I just don't like a quip. I don't like someone who thinks they're just too smart for their own good, where they've an answer for everything and talk about diseases in a persistent manner, while I ask questions. Questions about the curls and the worlds and the curls within the worlds, like the galaxies and the microcosm and the macrocosm, the alpha and the omega. And some people who play with their willies, and some people who play with their vaginas. The origin of the world comes forth a human being. Woman is man, man is woman. If you know exactly what I'm saying. You know the fuck reason I'm doing this. I'm a playwright, poet, artist, and I pertain to the higher sort. I go to Navan Fort and New Grange, Newgrange. It's an ancient Neolithic site, pre-Celtic. Holy Trinity, I will endorse. Orbiting of the sun, moon, and earth. Some say, I said. All the tunnels, they say, are underneath. It's pre-Egyptian. I knowth, said someone. You had to go further to a ring. That's giant, where the bell rings fast with the temperamental mind, which is sometimes temporal, but they just keep it in. And then you have to rewind. And then see the northern rhythm is more profound than the sound of Tora Lora La. Why do some people not like genuine spirituality? Yet they'll go and cross themselves. What is a true Catholic? Universal. I thought to be a genuine Catholic, you have to be a Presbyterian first to realize who are selected and who aren't, and then eventually you unfold into a Hinduistic persona, and then finally you find yourself as a genuine Catholic, and then you regress and say, I'm nothing. Like a Buddhist, you see? And you say, Allah is good. God is good. And you think like a Greek and the ancient sort. And you find yourself in a court thinking like a Georgian. Common sense law. Always usually written by the people who are less common. Refined, astute, wordy, flowery, of this and of that. All the liberties you take for granted. Those soft-handed people who write with their words and speak with their words, where the words say everything about humanity. Like an artist. Like an artist, a word can say 1,000 paintings. Long live Jeremy Bentham. Because sometimes you don't realize or know, and you doubt and you question, and you say, Francis Hutcheson, Bernard Manival, Seesaw, I'll balance and find my equilibrium with the middle class guy. But they're all middle class, they're all petit bourgeois, they're all little bourgeois who have little willies, who are compensating by writing and thinking like that. We need a hammer man, we need a man's man. He's not really a woman's man. They like it big up the tight end. They send this and send that and send this. Do you see how you're connecting now? Psychopaths, empaths, heaven and hell, purgatory, they say. Question that. It's all connected, interconnected on the internet, and it's there for those who have eyes and ears and a voice. And if you read Shakespeare or Walt Whitman or William Wordsworth, you'll see a selected anima mundi, a selected kundalini. Boy, my stomach rumbles when I fast. And I'm fast sometimes off the draw. Even when I have to draw something I don't like drawing and do like drawing something I like drawing. Maybe I like to draw them all. Maybe I've heard my call and this is it. I nearly fell into it. The tragedy. Many people do. But it's not. No genre. No genre. Love. You need to do this to show that you mean business. You mean business, and I'll do this like the second one, because I know it annoys the ones who want the first or the last, if you know what I kind. Manipulation. The second.